All right, Tyler Wright.
Hello.
How are you doing there, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about you, your business, the things going on in your life. And it's draft day, so we're going to do this draft style. And
I don't like football.
From what I understand, the Stratmans have decided to bring in a new GM, and you're going to be your first year running the squad.
There we go.
And so, how do people get in touch with you before we start this?
Well, I have one cell phone.
Yeah.
It's usually in my pocket or in my hand. I mean, that's how it goes these days.
Okay.
The number is 719-510-5499. You ring that, and you're going to get this guy right here.
Very good.
That's about it.
And so, before we dive into the draft, why did they choose you to be the new general manager?
I mean,
of
why wouldn't they?
Yeah.
All right. All right. I'm gonna turn on the serious note now. Okay. So I just came from almost 10 years of being a realtor, doing residential sales. I started out when I was 21, got licensed. It was kind of the plan A without a plan B. I was super young, the last 4 years was specifically doing commercial real estate. And when God wants you to move, He makes things pretty tough until you start to listen. So God had a change, and had a change in mind. And so I've known Ben Stratman, the owner of AmeriDry, for he was the first vendor I ever used. Back in 2016 on my first deal, needed carpet cleaning. He came and cleaned the carpets. We became friends. Our wives are good friends. Our kids go to school together. We go to their house every year for the Super Bowl. So, we've been good friends with them for a while. When he heard through his wife from my wife that there might be a change happening, we got connected, and in like less than a week, pretty much put together, opened up a sales position. He was looking to bring somebody on, but going out to the open market, for labor is not the easiest thing, and wanted someone that he knew that he could trust. And so that's kind of how it all started. I was looking for a new career. He was looking for a full-time sales and marketing guy, and that's what I've been doing. And I'm able to, kind of make that change a little bit, and here we are now.
All right, so we're going to start the draft here. You are on the clock.
All right.
With your first pick, you have to make the core of your business better. This is the future of your business. How are you going to do that?
Man, people, customer service, relationships. I mean, your network is your net worth, right? Having people beside you, in front of you, behind you, and being in front of, beside, behind other people is so incredibly valuable. People are the lifeblood of sales. People are the lifeblood of business. So when you can be there for others, and others can be there for you, and you can scratch each other's backs, and just answering the dang phone as a salesperson or as a business owner, as whatever it is you're doing, being there for people when they need it or when they want it, whether you're selling a service or a product. That's why we're all here, and that is customer service, people. That is why we do what we do. So if you don't have that as a skill, as a top skill, you're holding yourself back a lot.
Very good. With the second pick, please tell the people what restoration is to AmeriDry.
Restoration is helping people, right? Okay. Our slogan is, when life gets messy, we clean it up. Never has anyone had a basement currently flooding and they say, wow, this is so fun, right? So what I can do, coming from my background in real estate, is I can talk to property owners that are stressed out. I've been doing it for a while. So when someone says, wow, my sewer line has backed up and my basement is now a poop smoothie, I don't know what to do, and this is not going well. I can talk to them, and at least in that moment, I know what to say. I know Rob's losing over there. Right? I can have that communication with them and at least just calm them down, explain the process of what's going to happen. So restoration to AmeriDry is helping people when life gets really, really messy, whether they find mold in an attic and they realize they've been breathing in, toxic fumes, for lack of a better term. Yeah, exactly. Or, water is flooding their basement when we get, summertime torrential downpours, or sewer backup lines where they just have really, really bad odors. because, cat odor, cat urine smells really, really bad. That's the kind of things that we come in and we take care of. And we have excellent customer service. We can talk them from point A to point Z on what's going to happen, how it's going to happen, to make sure that they know, at least at the end of the project, it's a part of they feel better than they did before they called us. That's our goal, and that's what it means.
Sounds good. And usually in the third round, that's where we kind of get that final guy who can make the starting roster and be an impact player still. Tell me about a core value of Ameridry.
A core value of Ameridry. I feel like I just went over it when it comes with people. So let me try to pull another one out of here. I'd say transparency.
Okay.
Transparency on what we're doing, how we're doing it, why we're doing it. I mean, all of our entire crew is so incredibly educated and are masters at how to take care of personal property, how to take care of whether it's contents that have been ruined, and there's couches that need to be dried off, or there's really valuable articles of family heirlooms that can't just be thrown away. Explaining to them how we're going to get it back to them, and hopefully is in as good of a shape as it was before the mess happened. And explaining to them what kind of equipment we're using, why we're using it, how we're using it, and what exactly it does. So when they hear the crazy loud fans in the basement for 3 straight days, they know exactly, it's not just we're flipping on fans and we're leaving and we'll be back in 3 days and we don't care about it. We're telling them what's gonna happen hour by hour and how that all works. So I'd say transparency from the start to finish on how we're doing it, why we're doing it, what exactly we're doing it, and that whole process.
Sounds good. In the fourth round, that's where we're starting to find those impact special team players, right? So what are you bringing to the table that makes you special that they didn't have before?
I already talked about this before. When it comes to my prior real estate experience in talking with, being a part of real estate, right? Because all this is happening inside properties, and just having the expert communication with homeowners and with tenants or with property managers, whatever it may be. That aspect is something that I just excelled at when I was in real estate, and something that they haven't had before that I can really bring to the table now in terms of just finding an extra gear when it comes to the sales part and the customer service part of just the explanation of the process of restoration and what we do.
All right, now here in the fifth round, we're starting to build towards the future. These are practice squad players. This is what we're going to be doing here in the future. Give me a year two goal that you've set for yourself. You get that first year kind of under your belt. What's the next step?
$1 million. No, that's
there's no special teamers making $1 million.
No, that's literally it. Bringing in $1 million. I mean, really, outside of myself and my own personal goals, what I want to do with the company is I want to push them over $5 million in annual revenue.
Okay,
and annual gross sales.
So in the 6th round pick, we're getting that true practice squad player. What can you do better? What do you need to practice on?
That's a good question.
I know it is.
And I've got answers, but I'm trying to figure out which answer I want. And I'll look at the time here. I would say time blocking, right? Because now that I'm just out selling, I can't meet with the entire world in a week, which is what I've been trying to do. So it's a matter of honing in on what exactly I should be doing in this hour. For example, I've learned that Mondays are my office admin marketing days. I don't leave the office. I don't meet with anybody. For the most part, I make a lot of outbound calls. I set appointments for the week, for the next couple of weeks. That is where I, sit a lot of my marketing, because I create all the marketing material, our newsletter that's going to start to go out. We're going to start doing monthly raffles for really cool stuff like playoff Avalanche tickets. So you want to know about that? Come talk to me. Right, raffling that off on Wednesday. So that's exciting. So what playoff Avs tickets? Yeah. It's happening in a couple of days. So making sure that I get all that important stuff done, and then, kind of the rest of the days are, meeting with people and just being able to time block well and be efficient at that.
All right, last pick of the draft, not Mr. Irrelevant. This is Brock Purdy here. Networking, marketing, you bring that to the table. They need it. You bring it. You got 30 seconds to finish this off.
I have so much stuff running through my head. How do I hone in on this?
25 seconds.
I have 25 seconds. If you are in networking groups, you have to meet with people outside of the networking groups. You can only get to know people so well in these rooms with everybody else. The real relationships are made out there, having coffee, having lunch, having a beer, going to playoff Avs games, right? That is where real relationship is made, and that is where real business is made.
Very good. Tell the room how to get in touch with you one last time, and we are out.
Absolutely. My cell phone right here, the only phone I got, 719-510-5499. My email is tylerriceadr@gmail.com. And come and see me.
Sounds
Thank you.
good. Thank you so much.